I've turned the camera on and I've decided to do a discussion style tutorial today. It's not edited, it's pure words coming from my mouth with pixels filming me right now. Now, this video is going to be titled How to Win in Bad Ping. It's a very common issue. I see so many complaints. I want to add some background, some context for you though. Around 3 years ago, I lived in a rural area in Australia called Townsville. It's in Queensland. It's quite rural, the internet connections aren't always the greatest there, and I'm very, very far away from the Sydney servers. My average ping was 30 to 40, let's say even sometimes 50 sometimes. People look at what I'm playing with now, let's say 10 to 20 ping, and they go, oh, you're so lucky, no wonder you can play well because of this. I want to add some context and just iterate these to you guys that back then, when I was in Townsville, I managed to qualify and represent Brisbane Roar in the E-League, the national comp here. And a lot of people don't know this, but if they do know this, they usually question me, how the hell did you end up playing so well back in the day when you had bad ping? Well, the thing is, what I realized, having bad connection, but also trying to compete as a pro in FIFA, is you need to play simple. People who have bad connections, bad ping, will try and overcomplicate things when they're playing in FIFA 23. The thing is, we don't have the ability to perform skill moves out of nowhere. We don't have the ability to be agile on the ball with left stick dribbling. We don't have the ability to, let's say, round the keeper with left stick. We don't have the ability to do the small intricate details that make a difference when you have a good connection. But what we have the ability of doing is playing very simple, which if you can perfect the basics, which I'm going to go through with you in today's video, then you'll play the best FIFA you've ever played. I want to say this. I believe if you can get the basics down pat, you don't need any of the complicated things like skill moves or special plays or special crosses or overpowered meta tactics. If you can get the basics down pat, that is all you need. In fact, I'm going to use an example. Let's say Dylan Campbell, one of the best in this region, one of the best in the world. Barely used skill moves last year in FIFA 22, yet came first in the region and qualified for the global series. He doesn't use skill moves, he doesn't overcomplicate things. And I have a very similar play style to him. I will use skill moves, yes, because I can. I've got a better connection now. But what I want to say is, back in the day, let's say FIFA 19, FIFA 20 days, I kept things simple. I think the only two skill moves I used were the drag back and the ball roll. That's it. Because that was simple. Allowed me to keep possession, keep the ball away from the opponent. I just want to say, you need to work on these things. I'm going to list them for you, and it's very, very important that you try and perfect these because it's going to help you in bad connection. Take a touch to the space. Look where the space is and take it towards it. Dribble to the space when you can. Look at the space, not at the player, because you'll drift naturally towards the player if you don't look at the space. And I use the analogy of snow skiing. Skiers are always looking at the path and not looking at the tree. If they look at the tree, they're going to swerve that way. It's the same as dribbling. Find the extra pass. Don't try and complicate things with a long shot or try and time a finesse shot. You don't have the connection for it. Try and be simple and find the extra pass into a player who's in a better position to essentially get the shot off. Use regular edge passes. Don't worry about through balls. Don't worry about driven passes. It's not going to work. They're not going to lock on. The connection's not good. Use regular passes and build up and have the mentality that you want to get yourself into the box. When you're defending, don't try and press the opponent automatically up the pitch as high as you can. You're going to leave gaps. It's very hard in bad connection. I highly recommend you just cover the passing lanes, cover the space, use second man press when you can, and in general, try and don't give up holes and space in the defense. Obviously, you can use second man press to help you press the ball carrier whilst you cover space, but it's super important that you don't. And the example that you're seeing up in front of your screen now, it's an example where I was playing in Weekend League. I was uploading the YouTube video and you can see from the input connection overlay there, the delay in my control inputs was about a second or two. Very, very bad. This game was 500 ping. can see from this example that I managed to keep these simple. The way I scored goals was just by regular passing, and in general, I was defending by not giving up too much space. These are all things that are super important and will get you by a game that has bad connection. Now, if you do want more in-depth tutorials on the basics of FIFA, they're all on the how to defend and how to attack complete tutorials on the channel. Check them out. It shows every single thing, every single aspect of defense and attack. Pick the basics, stick to them, perfect them. You're going to play well in bad connection. Okay? Short but sweet, or it's not really. It's long but sweet at the same time. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm coaching one-on-one on patreon.com. If you want to be a part of that, the link is down below. But as always, I hope you have a good day. I'm out. Sayonara. Au revoir. Adios. Salam. Ciao. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button. And lastly, if you do want any pre-gaming fuel or supplement, then head over to atpscience.com, which is the first link in the description, and use the code AussieFIFA at checkout to get yourself a discount. Not only is it the cheapest way to get supplements, but it helps me out a ton, guys, so thank you.